Who was cast in the Last of Us HBO series? Would you drink a drink that's called Bloody Nose? And what is up with this southern snowstorm? Well, I talk about all that and more on this episode of the Toddcast. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Toddcast. As always, I'm your host, Todd McManus. And this week, it's been a weird week, I gotta tell you. Of course, this episode is being recorded the Thursday before it comes out. So, a lot has happened because a snowstorm happened this week. Oh, first off, I want to tell y'all, I'm currently in my bedroom recording this right now. So if you hear anything in the background, it could be the heater, some people talking, my parents talking, whatever. We got the generator going because we are out of power because of all the ice. So if you hear like a motor running, that's what that is. And so we're just chilling, you know. Snowstorm happened. I don't even remember when it started. I know it was cold. Well, it's been cold because, it's wintertime. And it snowed back in January. Yeah, it snowed a while back because I talked about it with Mr. Bill. Yeah. And it happened again. The snowstorm did. And this is like historic type stuff because Louisiana's never been through this before because, I mean, we've had ice and we get snow occasionally, like maybe not once a year, like once every other year maybe. But we got snow back in January and that was like a normal thing, you know. It's like, oh, we got snow again, you know. Maybe lose power for a couple hours. That's like the norm. And then this happened to where we had single-digit temperatures at night. Like, it was 9 degrees, I think, on Monday night. And that is... that's unheard of around here because I don't think I've ever been in single-digit weather, ever. And I've been up, like, in the northern United States before. And I don't think it got that low before, you know. I think we were at least in the 20s, you know, because it was some ice, you know. But it's something because it snowed, and then it was some freezing rain and sleet. And then here in the next few days, it's going to get warm during the day, but then it's below freezing at night. So it's just going to melt, refreeze, melt, refreeze, you know, and it's something. I haven't tripped yet, but a lot of people are out of power, and I woke up this morning and looked outside, and there are a few limbs down from the trees because they're just freezing, you know, and breaking off, and that's loud. If you've ever heard that before, like if a tree froze and broke and fell over, that's loud. Like, that's louder than a normal tree falling down. For some reason, it's the ice to do with it. And so, yeah. So we're just chilling up in the house, staying warm, of course. The generator is able to run the heater. Being able to watch TV and everything. I haven't watched this past week's episode of WandaVision yet because it hasn't come out for me, because it comes out yesterday for y'all on Friday, and today where I'm recording this is on Thursday, so it comes out tomorrow for me. And I'll get to that more in a minute. But yeah, it's like, it's something to live through this, you know, the snowstorm and all this kind of stuff. That's historic. And I know people who may have used to live in the north and live down here now, especially like in Louisiana and Texas and Arkansas is getting it too. They're probably used to it, you know, if you've lived in the north before during any kind of winter, I imagine. But this is, for us that, like me, that have always lived down here, it's wild. Like, I can't imagine people going through this every year, much less an extended period of time, because I don't even know if it's been a full week yet, but it's just been so busy, and excuse me, it's something. That's all I can say, is that I don't really know what else to say, because I've been out there before. I don't think I left the other day. I haven't left my house, like drove yet, because the roads froze over and snow covered the roads, and snow is very bright. If you didn't know, if the sun's out and you live out in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of fields of snow, it's like, good Lord, it's like you're living on the face of the sun, But yeah, I hope everybody out there that are in this snowstorm, I hope y'all are all staying safe and staying warm, of course. And hopefully this can start ending soon and we can get back to normal pretty quickly. I do know on the weather app is what I use. It is currently 27 degrees outside. It's supposed to start snowing here in a minute. And the high today is 32, which is freezing, so it won't melt yet. But tomorrow it's supposed to get up 36, but the low is 14, so it's definitely going to melt a little bit and then refreeze at night. But it's supposed to be sunny all day Friday and Saturday, and then it'll be close to the high 50s and low 60s into next week. And it's going to rain again next week too, but normal rain, not freezing rain. So yeah, that's just a little dive into some Louisiana weather. And it's like, I know for those of you that do live in the north, like I've said, this is probably a normal thing to y'all, but for me and for anybody else, for everybody else that lives down here, like, this is an historic thing for where it's colder down here than it is in the north. And that's like never, So yeah, so that's been my week. It's been a snowstorm. So going into some news from this past week, if you haven't heard anything, if you've been too preoccupied with the snowstorm, I'm here to deliver your news to you. Entertainment news, that is. The Last of Us HBO series was announced a while back, and they finally announced who is going to be playing the main characters in that show. And The Last of Us, of course, is a video game. They made 2 of them, because there's The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2. And so, the main characters, this show will be made by HBO, probably on HBO television, the TV channels, and it will be based around the same first game. So it's like, if you play the first game, you'll probably have a good idea of what's going to happen in the show. So, The Last of Us finally announced that the character Joel will be played by Pedro Pascal, who is the Mandalorian. So, yeah. It's going to be, I think he's really good. He's a really good actor, and he's devoted, and he's like on top of the world right now, because he was the bad guy in Wonder Woman 1984, which was really good. He was a really good character in that movie. And then, of course, The Mandalorian, which is like one of the greatest shows ever, And now he's playing Joel in The Last of Us HBO show. So I think it's going to be really good. The character Ellie is going to be played by Bella Ramsey, who apparently she was in Game of Thrones at some point. But I've seen a picture of her, but I can't remember where or when she was. It's been a while since I watched all of Game of Thrones, but yeah. So that's some big news, and I'm looking forward to it, because it's an HBO show for one thing, and HBO shows are usually pretty good, and it's based off of a video game, and I think that's what HBO is going to try to start doing more and more of, is based in TV shows and HBO Max shows and movies off of video games. And I'm really excited to see what The Last of Us show is about. I have not played The Last of Us game. I really should, to be honest, because it's won like Game of the Year awards like a bunch of times, and I think that I should play it just to know what's going to happen in the show, you know? But I know it's going to be a good show, and I'm going to watch it anyway, even if I don't know. I know the characters, and it's like in the zombie apocalypse, you know, your typical show. But Pedro Pascal plays the Mandalorian, who's like a father figure to Baby Yoda. Excuse me. And now he's having to play Joel, which is a father figure to Ellie. So, we'll see what happens. You know, it'll be a good show, no doubt. And take the place of Game of Thrones for now. So, yeah, The Last of Us show. Looking forward to it. I definitely think it's going to be a really good show. So actually today, it was released, a trailer was released for the new Mortal Kombat movie, which is going to be released on April 16th, the same day in theaters and on HBO Max for 1 month, like how Wonder Woman 1984 was. Godzilla and King Kong are coming out sometime. Godzilla versus King Kong. That movie will be coming out March 31st. So literally the last day of March is when that movie's coming out. And I'm excited for it, you know. I really think that it'll be a good movie. Godzilla vs. King Kong, that is. And it'll be released same day theaters and on HBO Max, like Wonder Woman 1984, and other movies as well that are coming out this year. And the trailer looks good for it because, you know, it's just two big monsters fighting each other. But the one I'm excited for, of course, is the Snyder Cut on March 18th, Thursday, March 18th, the 4-hour-long Snyder Cut movie, which they put the trailer out for, and Jared Leto's Joker is returning in the Snyder Cut. But I'm excited for the Mortal Kombat movie because I think it's going to be pretty good because it's Mortal Kombat. I really love the games, and I think it's pretty good that they're making a new movie about it, because the older movies were alright, you know, like they told a decent story, but it's like the fighting was kind of terrible. And, you know, I just thought it was kind of boring, you know. But the new one, holy crap. They put out a Red Band trailer today, which is like because it's a rated R movie. And so they put out a rated R trailer, is what that is. And it's a Mortal Kombat movie. And they said they're going to show blood and gore and fatalities and all that kind of stuff from the games, you know. They're bringing it to life in the movie. And it is going to be wild. I am very excited for it on April 16th, same day in theaters and 1 month on HBO Max. So I will definitely be talking about that whenever it comes out and reviewing it as well. But speaking about HBO Max, let me talk about the Suicide Squad movie a minute. I don't remember when that movie is coming out. It's coming out at some point at the end of this year. The new Suicide Squad movie. And it will be August 6th. It is coming out August 6th, and of course it is the same thing. It will be released in theaters and on HBO Max on the same day. So, because of that, there's a character in there called Peacemaker, which is played by John Cena. And and this movie is directed by James Gunn, of course, who directed the first 2 Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and will direct the 3rd Guardians of the Galaxy movie whenever it comes out, you know. So, Peacemaker, who is played by John Cena James Gunn is actually making a Peacemaker series exclusive to HBO Max, and that series will be releasing in January of 2022. So 1 year, less than 1 year from now, 11 months from now, John Cena's own Peacemaker HBO Max show, will be releasing January 2022. And I'm excited for that. I haven't even seen the Suicide Squad movie, of course, because it hasn't come out yet, and I haven't got any kind of exclusive access or anything, But I'm excited for it because of all the characters that are going to be in it, and, it's rated R, and I think a rated R movie, a movie that has Harley Quinn in it has to be rated R. Like, Suicide Squad movie before was, it was alright, it was a decent movie. Will Smith's Deadshot was probably the best part of the movie for me. And then Birds of Prey, which was rated R, about Harley Quinn, was a great movie, in my opinion. But I think it's because it was rated R to show off more of her character to become rated R, So, yeah, I think it's going to be a good show, the Peacemaker show, and I'm excited for the Suicide Squad movie as well. And there's a lot of movies and stuff coming out this year. And, yeah, I'm just very excited for all of that. Of course, WandaVision is still going on. Like I said, I haven't watched this week's episode because it hasn't come out for me yet. It's getting intense. How many episodes are left? I think there's 4. I think so. This week is either episode 6 or 7. I don't really remember WandaVision. It's a good show. If you haven't seen any of it, I highly recommend it. The final episode will come out March 5th, which is in 2 weeks. So this week is episode 7. Okay, I got you. Because next week will be 8, and then March 5th will be episode 9. And then they'll skip a week, and then the week after that will be the premiere of Falcon and the Winter Soldier on March 19th. And the day before that's Snyder Cut. So we got a bunch of stuff happening in the next month. So WandaVision's pretty good. I'm not going to give away any spoilers. But even though a lot of stuff has happened, I think they will definitely introduce more characters, whether it be from X-Men universe or anything else in the future, in the next 3 episodes. But I'm not going to say who I think or who this and who that. I'm not going to say anything specific in case any of you haven't seen the show yet. But once the show's over, I'll wait. I think not the week after, but maybe the week after that, I might give my official review for it. And of course, I'll do the same thing like I did with season 2 of The Mandalorian, where I'll give you warnings for that. So, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's really good. I'm just glad, we got something Marvel that's we're able to watch. And it's a series, and each episode's like over 30 minutes long, close to 40 minutes every week. And doing this for like 9 weeks almost, like 7 this week. So yeah, I just really like the show, and if you haven't seen it, of course, I highly recommend it, whether you watch Marvel stuff or not. So yeah. So I got some questions. If you haven't followed the Toddcast Instagram story or the Instagram page, I don't know what you're doing. I don't really understand why you aren't. If you haven't yet, you definitely should. Because, why not? So I have an Instagram page on the Toddcast that you need to follow. if you have an Instagram, you should definitely follow the Toddcast Instagram page, which is at _Toddcast_. Only on Instagram, no other pages on any other. If any other pages are on Facebook, Twitter, or anything, they're not me, unless I will tell y'all when I have another page on another social media platform. And you can go subscribe to my YouTube account as well. That would be grand. So anyway, from time to time, I ask for questions. Also, I'll go ahead and say this. If you have any question that you would like for me to ask me and for me to talk about and give my answer right here on an episode of the Toddcast, go subscribe to my YouTube account and listen to this video and to this episode of the Toddcast. And down in the comment section below, I want you to comment a question that you have that you would like me to answer in the next couple of weeks. And I will look at them, and I will answer them to the best of my ability, of course. So comment down below what questions you would like to ask me. But we got a question right here. And the question is, who would you want to sing at the Super Bowl? That's a very good question. I got it. I'm going to go with Limp Bizkit. Yeah, I'm going to go with Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit. No, I only know one song by them. I mean, who wouldn't go nuts? I mean, I think we all know one song by them, with Rollin', Rollin', Rollin'. I mean, we would all lose it if they come out there, I know y'all be loving this. Right here. I know we would. I swear, I would lose my mind if they come out there. Oh, God, that's so funny. Yeah. No, honestly, though, I think I did watch the Super Bowl, of course. And I thought The Weeknd did pretty good. He was definitely the choice because he's the number one singer in the world right now. So therefore I think he was well deserved. But if I got to choose next year's Super Bowl halftime performance, who would I choose other than Limp Bizkit? I don't think I'd choose them. I choose Foo Fighters, honestly, because Foo Fighters are one of my favorite bands. And I know a lot of their songs. And if they play their hits, I think people would love it. And of course they can have other older rock bands show up if they want, And yeah, Foo Fighters would be pretty good in my opinion. So yeah, I'll go with Foo Fighters to answer that question. Other than Limp Bizkit. And yeah, if you have any questions for me like that, you can comment down below in the comment section on YouTube and comment any question you want, and I'll try to answer it to the best that I can, like I did just now. Limp Bizkit. They might be an answer to another question. You never know. So yeah, so thank you for that question. And if you have any questions, make sure you comment them down below in the comment section on YouTube. And the link to my YouTube will, of course, be in the description area of the episode that you're listening to right now. If you're on a Apple Podcast or Spotify, there's usually a description or details area that kind of gives you some stuff of what I'm going to be talking about. And so the link to my YouTube channel will be right there. So you just tap on that or click on it or whatever, and it should take you right to my YouTube channel. So, and make sure you subscribe, comment, and all that kind of stuff. So I got 2 drinks here. Continuing, this is actually the end of the series of drinks that my mom, my sister, and other members of my family went to Tennessee, went to Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, and brought back a bunch of drinks. And these are actually the last 2 drinks that they brought back. So this is basically the end of that series of drinks, So we're going to start off with... I don't really want to do that. I guess I'll drink this one, I guess. One of them I know is probably going to be pretty good. The other one, on the other hand, you can go to the Toddcast Instagram and see the picture of the drinks of what I'm drinking. They're both 2 glass bottles. The first one I'm going to be drinking is called Bloody Nose. And I'm guessing it's cherry. It is wild cherry soda. And it is Gross Gus's Bloody Nose. So I'm going to pop the top off here real quick. Oh, that's good. So, I got my spit ready, my spit cup, in case it is bad. Because you never know, in case you might have to spit it out, So, Bloody Nose, here we go. Oh. It's not that bad, I'm okay with cherry flavored stuff. Like, it's not my favorite flavor, but I'm okay with it, The picture is very thrown off, because it's literally like, I'm guessing that's a girl's lips, and she's like got them open, and you can see like her bottom teeth, and there's nose there's blood dripping down from her nose onto her lips, and it's like dripping off of her face, and it's like it's gross. So I'm just gonna turn that around so I don't have to look at that anymore. Let me give it one more try. Oh, that is very heavy cherry. I mean, it's very red because, it's Bloody Nose. But it is not that bad, Not as bad as I thought it was going to be from the picture, The picture throws you off. Bloody Nose, on the scale from 1 to 100, I'm going to give you a solid 68. I think that's a good score to give you, because it's not something I would want to try again, honestly. When you see it, you wouldn't want to try it. That's very putting off. That's kind of why I put the score down, because it's not very appealing. But it's actually pretty good. Like, if you like cherry flavored stuff, you would like this. So, Bloody Nose, you get a solid 68. Put the top back on it. So, the last drink of the series, I've been waiting to try this because I'm so excited to be able to drink this. This is the brand Rocket Fizz, and they do a lot of different weird drinks. This is Kiss Army Root Beer. That's right, Kiss Army Root Beer. Which I'm guessing Kiss, like the band, And it's a root beer. It's very nice, very appealing. Loud and Proud. Established 1975. Pure cane sugar. Of course, for those of you that don't know, I very much love root beer. Of course, Diet Coke is my drink of choice right now. But root beer is my cocaine. Like, like I could go to it and I love it every time, So, Kiss root beer. Let's give it a try. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. It even got that root beer smell, too. Man, that's good. It's not the best root beer I've ever tasted before, but it's still very good. I mean, it's got a lot of sugar in it, of course, because, duh, it's root beer. Oh, that's good. You know what? I'll just give you straight up a 92. You know, that's an A. You get an A grade. It's just very good. Tastes like your average root beer, of course. A little bit different because of like the cane sugar, you know. Oh, that's good. So, Bloody Nose gets a solid 68. And Kiss Army Root Beer, you get a solid 92. That is a really solid root beer. And I recommend that to anybody out there. And also, I'll go ahead and say this as well. If you have any drinks that you would like me to try here on the Toddcast and review them from a score of 1 to 100, you can also comment down below in a separate comment. Comment your question if you have a question, and then comment a drink. You can name the brand, but I need like a specific flavor, you know. Like you just can't say Mike's Hard Lemonade or something like that, you know, or anything else that has many different, like Crush. You can't say that. And it's like, well, do you want me to try Orange Crush or grape or any other flavor they have, you know? Or like, just if you say Fanta, it's like, I don't know what what Fanta you want me to try. You know what I'm saying? So like, comment down below any questions you have, and then also comment the brand and exact flavor you would like for me to try of a specific drink that you would think that I would either enjoy, or if it's gross, you can comment it too. I might regret that. But comment down below something that you would like for me to try, and give a review for right here on the Toddcast. So, yeah. Bloody Nose with a 68 and Kiss Root Beer with a 92. Of course, like I said, these two drinks are ending the series of drinks that my mom and my sister and some other members of my family brought home from Tennessee. These are the last two, so I'm going to have to start getting some more, and that's why I want y'all to comment down below what drinks you would like for me to see, or for me to drink. I mean, I'm going to see them too, and it can be weird. I mean, as long as it's something like, because you can find a lot of different drinks at gas stations, of course, and then Cracker Barrel has a lot of different old-timey drinks, you know, that I would like to try. So, and I've tried some of them from Cracker Barrel, actually, before. So, yeah. So, what's been happening in my life, real quick, just to tell y'all, not much this past week because of the snowstorm. I haven't left the house. When was the last time I left the house? I think the last time I drove was last Saturday. And today's Thursday for me. And, I mean, I've been outside, you know, I've been outside in the snow and in the ice now. But, yeah, it's froze over. It looks really weird. Everything's white because it's all frozen. We're still out of power, but the generator's still cooking for us. So, we're still rolling. So, we're kicking it, just having a party over here, listening to Limp Bizkit. So, yeah. So, I hope all of y'all down here that are in the snowstorm are staying safe. And I hope all of you around the world are just staying safe in general, you know. And hopefully you're staying safe from COVID. And I think the COVID cases have probably gone down here, especially in the South, because we haven't gone anywhere. Because most of the roads are closed and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Hope all of y'all are staying safe out there. And yeah. So, I think that's going to do it for this week's episode. As always, please rate and subscribe. And if you're listening on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. And click that bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded. And also, comment down below what questions you would like to ask me. And also comment the brand name and exact flavor of a drink you would like for me to try on any future episode of the Toddcast. And I will make sure that I will try my best to get that drink and try it. And also follow the Toddcast on Instagram for any updates and to see pictures of the drinks and also pictures of me and the guest of the week, So there would definitely be a picture of the 2 drinks of Bloody Nose and Kiss Root Beer posted on the Instagram story this coming Saturday, of course, today, if you're listening when this is uploaded, of course. So you can go check it out and see the pictures for yourself. And make sure you tell your friends and tell your family to give it a listen. Tell anybody you want to. And thank you for listening to this episode. And if you want to know what's going to happen next week, well, I guess you're just going to tune in to find out. Only on the Toddcast.